Today's subject on prayer is the subject of immersion. And as I read through the meditation in preparation for this morning, I found it a pretty complicated thought, something I'm going to have to think about a little bit more. So I'm going to read the meditation to you, and then I think it would be good if you would go back through and listen to it again. And then maybe you can pick out the parts that really are meaningful to you. Sister Joan writes, "We have been told for so long that the world is made up of two distinct planes, earth and heaven, the material and the spiritual, that we have come to believe it. The interesting thing is that we know inside ourselves that such distinct division is simply not true. After the death of a parent, for instance, as the time goes by and the initial shock of the loss wears off, we begin to hear their voices again. Every time I do that, I can hear my mother telling me to be sensible, we say with a kind of quiet smile. We joke about it, we laugh at ourselves, but nevertheless we know that it's true. We do live in two different kinds of worlds, the mystical and the material, the physical and the real. But we also know that the overlap between them is just as true. The purpose of prayer is to bring us deeper and deeper into the center of the intersection between the two of them. To fail to be wholly present to this merging of the mystical and the material can smack of psychological imbalance. Prayer provides the consciousness that leads to immersion in the reality to which it points. It speaks to us of higher ideals, of another realm of existence that goes beyond the earthly success and wealth and power. It brings us face to face with the purpose of the creation. Prayer is the memory of the beloved, through which we begin to see all reality, all life, all decisions, all purposes. To come to immersion in God, we must come to immersion in prayer. We must submerge ourselves in thoughts of the God within, the God who calls us out of ourselves and beyond ourselves, and at the same time even deeper and deeper within, to connect with the real substance of life. Prayer tells us that there is more to life than what life shows us on the surface. There is eternal love. There are the questions of the meaning of life that supersede the desire for mere satisfaction with life. There's the burning consciousness that every life, my life, has a purpose beyond the simple living of it that can be realized only by extending myself beyond it. Scripture is clear that Jesus appeared to many after the resurrection who had followed him. But if that is so, then why not after years of our own immersion in him? Does he not rise to the most profound part of our hearts now? Great God, stretch me beyond myself to the point where you wait for me in quiet. And in 1 Corinthians, we read, after that, Jesus was seen by more than 500 sisters and brothers at once, most of whom are still alive, although some have fallen asleep. And now I encourage you to perhaps listen to this again.